guys, welcome back. It's your girl Katie here, and today's video I'm going to be doing an unboxing of July Premium's Boxycharm box here. This is the $35 a month box, and this box is special because it's actually a collaboration, or Boxycharm did kind of like a collaboration or a takeover, whichever you want to call it, with ABH and Anastasia Beverly Hills. So all the products in here are from Anastasia Beverly Hills. So here's what the box on the inside looks like. It's very pretty. I love all the butterflies. So I'm just going to go ahead and start unboxing this. Alright, so this is what the card looks like this month. Super, super pretty. I love the look of this card. The butterflies and like kind of the clouds and stuff. It's very nice. And then of course on the back is all the products. So I'm pretty excited about this box. Alright, so first up, I'm going to show you one of my choice items. So of course with Premium, you get to customize 2 items in the box, whereas in the base box, you only get to customize 1. So first up is from Anastasia Beverly Hills, of course, and this is the loose setting powder. This is one of the products that I customized. So I went ahead and tried as many of the products that I could off camera, so that way I could still tell you guys what I thought of them. I did like this powder. I thought it worked really well. And I didn't find that even though it looks really white, it didn't leave a white cast on my face. I mean, I haven't taken a picture with flash or anything, and I don't plan on it, but from what I could tell, it didn't leave a white cast on my face. I did go in with a brush because I find that using these white powders, even though I think it's supposed to be translucent, yeah, it is supposed to be translucent, sometimes if you go in with like a sponge, I find that it applies it too heavy and then it does leave kind of like a white cast. So I just use brushes with these types of powders and it worked really well. So I like this, and this retails for $38. So next up is a brush. So this retails for $24 and it is a kabuki brush. I honestly probably won't keep this. Not that I don't think the quality is good or anything. It's just I don't typically use kabuki brushes. I have a couple already, and the brush does feel really nice, but I don't think I'm going to keep this one. I'll probably end up passing this on to a friend or something. But that is really nice to get in the box. Alright, then I have a tinted brow gel. I didn't use this because I don't, again, plan on keeping this. Although I was pretty excited to see this in my box, this is a tinted brow gel in the shade Brunette. This looks way too light for me. And another thing is I noticed just from looking at the bottle, this has shimmers in it, which I am really honestly not a fan of, like, I don't know, shimmery, especially for my brows. So here's kind of like a little swatch of it. It doesn't really swatch that well because of the bristles on the applicator. But there's what it looks like. I don't know if you guys can see the shimmer, but there is a little bit of shimmer in there. And I just know that this color is just not going to work for me because I'm pretty dark haired. But this retails for $22. And then yet another product that I'm not planning on keeping is this liquid lipstick that I got. I don't know how to say that, but that's the shade name. And again, it's just not something that I would use because of the shade. It's just very like dark, kind of like purpley brown. And although it is a pretty color, I will swatch it, but although it is a nice like shade, I guess in a way, it's nice looking. It's just not one that I would reach for, and I'm honestly I'm really trying not to hold on to products that I know I won't use. And it's not an ugly shade, it's just not one that I would use. My taste has definitely changed a lot recently, and I like lighter, nude shades. This is just a dark nude shade, and it's just not for me. But this retails for $20. Alright, then I got a highlighter, and this is a loose highlighter, and at first I thought I wasn't going to keep this, but I did end up swatching it, and I do really like the shade of it. Did I say what the shade name is? It's in the shade Vegas. So it's a nice kind of golden shade. I will swatch it. I do have it on right now, and I think it is actually really pretty. The only thing that I find that I didn't like is when applying it, it comes off a little chunky. I think I just need to kind of break it up a little bit because it's so packed in there, which is, I mean, it's full, but it's so packed in there when I pour it out, it kind of comes out a little bit chunky, and I need to kind of like break it up to loosen it back up. But I do really like the shade, and it did go on pretty nicely. You know, I think it's really pretty, so I'm going to keep this, and this retails for $25, and I really like the packaging. It's not so pretty. It's like all sparkly. Alright, and then last but not least is my second choice item. So I chose the Norvina Volume 1 palette as my choice. Now, if you've seen my Boxycharm add-ons, you will know that I got the third volume as well. So you could have gotten either the third volume or this volume. And like I said, I bought the other one off of the Boxy add-ons, but I did get this one in my premium. It's really pretty, and I did use it on my eyes today. That's what I used to create this look here, which I'm pretty happy with how it looks. I didn't know if I was going to like the purple, but I actually think purple looks decent on me. So I only used about 4 shades out of this big thing. So I use this shade over here down first. I use this one over here to kind of use it in the crease. Then I use this black to kind of deepen up the corners, and then I use this really pretty purple shimmer shade over here. I really like this light purple shade, shimmer shade. What I will say is that I find that the purples, the mattes, they're really pigmented, but they didn't blend very well. I had to work pretty hard to get it to blend, so I found that using those shades that I had to kind of like do a packing motion instead of like a sweeping motion, how I normally would, you just sweep it. But with this one, it's very pigmented, but once it's like down, it doesn't budge, which is a good thing and a bad thing at the same time, because like for blending, it makes it really hard, but not having it budge is a nice thing. But yeah, so I just kind of had to do like more of a packing motion. I had to go in a little more than I did on the other Norvina palette. That one blended out really well with the shades I used, but yeah, this one I just don't know if it's just because it's the purple shades, and then I don't know. I don't know why, but that's just something I thought I'd let you guys know. It wasn't patchy or anything, it just was having trouble blending it, so I just had to use more product than I normally do. But this palette retails for $60, so I'm definitely glad to have this in my collection now. It's very a bright palette. Really big mirror. Look at my double chin there. Let's not look at that. But it's definitely, you got a really big size mirror there, and then, of course, the palette. And I'm excited to try out the other shades in here. But yeah, so that is my box. Alright, so now I'm just going to add up all the products in the box and give you guys the overall value for my box, and then I will let you guys know my final thoughts on this box. Alright, so the overall value for my box was $189, which is pretty darn good considering I only paid $35 for this box. So I think this box is definitely worth it if you're a really big fan of Anastasia Beverly Hills. I feel like I definitely got my money's worth, but I will say that only about half of the products that I got am I actually going to be keeping and using. So the 3 that I'm going to be keeping and using is, of course, the setting powder, the loose highlighter, and then the palette, which is definitely worth it in my opinion. I mean, if I've just paid $35 for just these 3, definitely got my money's worth. Considering, I mean, the palette is $60, so I definitely got my money's worth. These products there's nothing wrong with these products, it's just, they just don't work for me. They're just not really my thing. I like getting brushes, but I rarely ever use kabuki brushes, and I know I could use this for something else, but it's a very dense brush. It's mostly used for like blending out cream products or things like concealer, other things like that, and I just don't use brushes to blend those things out. I use sponges. The tinted brow gel I was really excited to get, but then when I saw the shimmer in there and the shade of it, it just doesn't work for me. I just don't like shimmers, like aside from like shimmer shadows, I just don't like shimmer really anywhere else, like in my brows or anything like that, or in my bronzer. It's just a personal preference. And then again, excited to get a liquid lipstick, but it's just really not my shade. But that's okay, because I'll find a good home for these products right here. But for me personally, I still think it's really worth it. Even though 3 of the products I'm not using, I still think the box is worth it. But yeah, that is going to do it for today, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure to give this video a thumbs up, because that does really help out my channel here. And also let me know down in the comments what you thought of my box. Did you guys get premium box? What did you guys think of your box? Let me know down in the comments. I love chatting with you guys down there. Thanks again so much for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful day and a wonderful week. And I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye!